Spending $11,000 to earn $65,000. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I thought we'd have a look at this article from Reddit Finance discussing just the struggles someone is having convincing his partner that the amount of money they're spending to get to work just makes it not worth it. This sounds like a complete disaster, to be quite honest, what's going on here. So, partner can't seem to understand how irrational it is to spend $11,000 a year doing a 3-hour commute, 3 hours a day to work to make $52,000 after tax. Okay, so oh boy, I mean, think of just the 3-hour commute, an hour and a half driving back and forth. I used to have to do something similar to that when I was studying in Brisbane and living down the Gold Coast. It was just exhausting. Am I crazy? This situation from both a financial and personal perspective seems like a nightmare, but my partner can't see it. I mean, how could you even spend any time together when you get home? And what if you want to have kids or a family? For tolls, fuel and parking, my partner is spending upwards of $11,000 a year to get to work. This isn't accounting for the wear and tear on our car that's driving 160 kilometers a day. Well, wow, that's a lot. Sorry, I'm just thinking how much fuel. This $11,000 is going to go much higher than that. Resulting in costly and more frequent repairs at some point. Her salary is $65,000 a year. While she enjoys her job, the 3-hour a day of driving plus expense to actually work seems unreasonable to me, or at least not worth the money she's putting into it. We've been together for 10 years. So our finances have been merged for a long time, so it's also difficult for me to compartmentalize how this hurts us both financially. I mean, do they have kids? Are they putting them in childcare as well? That's a whole other thing. Seriously, is there anyone else who does this commute plus spends this amount of money for a job? If so, how do you justify or rationalize it? Okay, so let's have a look at some of the responses. What do you mean by she can't see it? Do you mean she doesn't actually see how it's costing money, financially illiterate, and you are struggling to explain it in the way? Or she understands you are losing $11,000 but doesn't think it's important due to other reasons? Maybe she prefers working where she is now. Both situations are different. If it's one, then work out what her after-tax income is per day and then tell her $30 per day is going towards travel. That should make it crystal clear. Edit. No answer from OP to the other question. That would get to the bottom of the problem. Okay, so he hasn't answered it. It's more like $48, you're assuming she's a permanent full-time and working 4 days. What's the alternative? You haven't proposed any options yet. Is earning zero better? Well, no, it's probably looking and trying to find a job closer to home. That's what's better. Or maybe, I guess if you could, work less days and longer hours. But on what she's earning, it doesn't look like she's a professional. Maybe she's just starting out at her career. But then again, 10 years together. So they're pretty old now, wouldn't they be? Is it a really specialized job? Like, is she realistically not able to get a different one closer to home? Also, if she really enjoys the job and her co-workers, just think of it as doing both a job and a social hobby at the same time. Lots of people spend tons of money on activities outside of work. So if she's saving money on those, maybe that balances out. Yeah, no. That's your job is not your social life. It's not your social life. It's different. When people tell you, we're like a family here, that's bullshit, okay? You're not like a family. It's a business. That's what it is. Sure, you can make friends. You can relax and celebrate your victories together. Fantastic. But it's not a family. It never will be. And don't kid yourself. If times get tough, you've got to go. That's what happens. Not sure if I'm reading this incorrectly. Are you saying she spends $11,000 and take home $52,000, so is making a net total of $41,000? Adding $3,400 per month to the household while doing the job she wants to be doing. This is approximately the figure we have on our spreadsheet, yes. What are we missing? This is a relationship problem, not a financial one, yeah. Every single relationship issue on Reddit is solved by talking to your partner instead of the internet. Well, I assume so, but I don't know why I guess people go here to get advice. I mean, I'm a Reddit person, and I've got, 667 karma. I don't even know what that means. But I only really look at for interesting articles to talk about. Isn't worth the household having an extra 40K? Yeah, I mean, 40K is 40K. What the F sort of commute is this? It depends. If he earns a shitload more, it's probably not, it may not be worth it. You know, if he's on like 200 grand a year, 300 grand a year, what's her contribution worth? Would it be more useful having her at home, keeping the household? What if you want to have kids? Rather than putting them in daycare, raise them yourself. I know that's such an old-fashioned boomer take there, isn't it, Florian? I don't understand. My missus stopped working because the wage she earned wasn't much more than what she would be paying in childcare if she worked. If this is a wage versus childcare debate, I get where you're coming from, but it seems like you don't think your wife should be working for only 40 grand. It's not always about money. What's the alternative you're suggesting? She stays at home? My first job was in the same situation, shit pay, long commute, etc. But the experience and connections that I was able to build working there have allowed me to progress into my career and get a good paying position. That's a good point too. I mean, maybe this is just a startup job or a way that's opening doors in a more lucrative career. But if it's a shit kicker job that can practically be done anywhere, is it worth it? I mean, 65K, that's hopefully someone just starting out in a profession. Then it might make sense. But if it's a job that you could do at the local shop up the road, then why are you commuting? A perspective from someone who seems to have a similar position to your wife. I commute 1 to 1.5 hours each way. 3 hours a day. I love my job. I work in a not-for-profit, so the pay is peanuts. I still love my job. I'm aware that I could swap to government agencies and nearly double my income. I choose not to right now, and this is my decision to make. Lots of people disagree with me, but it's my life and I get to choose to work in an industry and organization I love while creating a positive impact. Anyone obnoxiously telling me to quit my job or pressuring me to change just drives me away from them. It seriously erodes my respect for them. I mean, this is the thing as well. I'm assuming this person is a woman based on their female Reddit thing. There you go. That explains why you've got an earnings cap right there. Okay? Because money isn't obviously the most important thing to this person, and good on them. I mean, honestly. How much of it gets vacuumed away at tax anyway? You might as well do something you love and are happy with. You don't need piles of money, guys. You just need enough to keep the vultures away and have a good buffer in case something goes wrong. You want stress-free. What I think is more important is controlling your own time. It's her independence and her career, that's what. Do you have an alternative? Is there a train line close by or halfway? Is there another job closer that she wants? Do you both want to move? She enjoys that, and if that's the case, leave it for now and forget it. Before she was making 80K in our hometown, 15 minutes away from our house. Oh, shit. She wanted to move to see what living in the city was like, but hated it, so asked if we could move back. Oh, no. Oh, no. We went over the figures before moving back, and it seemed insane then, but she still couldn't see it. Of course, it's her independence. But we spend less time together and make less money than we ever have in the 10 years we've been together, so it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to be supportive. Well, you got to tell her no. If you've got to put your foot down and tell your wife, no, this is bullshit. You got to find a job closer to home. We can't keep doing this. That's the reality of the situation. None of the crazy feminists on the board, they're going to like that answer. But you've got to pull her aside and explain reality to her and what's going to happen. Because she obviously doesn't see it. Particularly if she was making 80 grand. Or is something else going on? Is that why she wants to be in the city or wants to be away so much from her partner? Is this a affair or something happening that we've got no idea about? Yep. An interesting turn of phrase. Yeah, of course it is. What else? Maybe you should suggest that she starts an OnlyFans account. There's no money in that. And then you're a whore for life. Not worth it. Don't do it. Have you told her to go get another job? Told her to. Is OP's partner under his control? Or is she her own person? That's really poor wording. Oh, grow up, you stupid idiot. This is what This is how in a relationship, you know, you kind of are a team and you got to work together and have these conversations. You shouldn't be asking this on Reddit, but it's Reddit. Okay. I mean, they should be married. If they've been together 10 years, they should be married. If all their money's commingled, why aren't they? Why aren't people getting married anymore? Can you explain? I mean, this bloke, there's no point not to be married. He's in a de facto relationship, so he gets all the potential losses anyway. Why wouldn't you? From a similar perspective as your girlfriend, I took an $11 an hour pay cut, moved places to more expensive rent, and went from a 7-minute commute to a 30-minute one. Yes, I'm less well off, but my mental health has gone up so much. I'm no longer an anxious mess that has panic attacks, and I enjoy going to work. So for me, it's been so worth it, just for the peace of mind. The money worries are still less than the anxiety that my old work gave me. Okay, I mean, there could be a lot more to it, honestly. There really could be, but, I mean, yeah. Career, we aren't talking 6 figures here. You can get 65 grand literally anywhere now, yeah. I mean, this isn't a career. You could earn that at a petrol station. Not that that doesn't have a career opportunity. You can work your way up there. And maybe that might be smarter for a lot of people to take that path. Go work at Aldi and work your way up to management there. Lots of opportunities. Anyway, let's have a talk about this one, guys. What do you reckon? What would you do? It seems insane. There has to be something else going on. Do you reckon she's having an affair? What do you think? Or maybe am I just too bitter, cynical, and old? You tell me, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out Heise BIM or Heise Does. And if you're a fan of the channel and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day. And I will see you all in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.